If an experimental drug existed that would enable you to create lucid dreams, where you could control anyone and everything, would you take it? Writer-director Nacho Vigalondo poses this question to a grieving man who recently lost his girlfriend in a tragic car accident. In Daniela Forever, Vigalondo critiques the notion of making all your dreams come true by putting love and grief on the line. Creative by nature, this feature adequately blends science fiction with romantic drama to examine the importance of letting go. Because of some questionable decisions, the film's key messages aren't as effective as they could be. Crazy Rich Asians Henry Golding stars as British DJ Nicholas, who lives in Madrid with a great group of friends. After the untimely death of his artist girlfriend, Daniela, he loses his lust for life altogether. Awakened by the nightmares of her death, Nicholas spends his days grieving in his filthy apartment, frozen in time. Even his friends, including Victoria, become concerned about his inability to move forward. To help him, Victoria recommends Nick for a clinical trial of a new drug. This non-marketed drug would enable Nick to create his dreams and control everything that happens in them. From Victoria's perspective, this would help Nicholas relieve himself of his strong emotional dependency on Daniela. Nick has other plans, however. His mission is to see, feel, and love Daniela again, by any means necessary. Anything or anyone standing in the way of Nicholas's goal is no friend of his. On paper, Daniela Forever seems like a decent, familiar story about loss and grief. In execution, it goes beyond the traditional grieving messages to explore lucid dreaming, while also exploring the idea of whether it's really worth it. A selection for the third Sloan Science on Film Showcase, which supports bridging the two cultures of science and the humanities. Vigalondo's latest does exactly that, with a few glaring hiccups along the way. When Nick first arrives at the Belgian drug company, he's handed a contract to thoroughly review before the testing can begin. In typical fashion, he doesn't actually read it, especially with the thought of seeing Daniela again near and clear in his heart and mind. This key decision strips the script of its believability. Even after witnessing that, the doctors proceed to hand him a pill for observation. After waking up, Nick very obviously lies about what he saw, but this doesn't faze the doctors. Instead, and with no further inquiry or hesitation, they send Nick on his way with a fresh pack of pills. Admittedly, this start lowered my excitement and expectations for the remainder of Daniela Forever. Even the clever decision to use vibrant coloring for Nick's dream state versus the dreary and grainy visuals for reality felt less impressive when attention to detail was not given holistically. Moving past that, I found comfort in Grano's warm performance as Daniela. Even as a mere figment of Nick's dreams, it's easy to see why she had so many friends and why Nick loved her, as her affable nature and kind-hearted spirit take over the screen. Things begin to take a turn for the worse when Nick continues to disobey the instructions and starts showing a dark side of himself that has started to manifest at the thought of losing Daniela again. With Daniela's ex-girlfriend Teresa often coming into the picture when Daniela shows some independence, Nick's jealousy explodes and his controlling nature emerges. Here, Vigalondo replaces the rainbows and butterflies with the hardcore truth. Even in an ideal dream scenario, happiness is unachievable if you don't work on yourself. Within this creatively immersive viewing experience, that's the most appealing part of the film. A blended examination of medical ethics, grief, and self-rediscovery. Daniela Forever is a decent film that will make you question your decisions in this scenario. While it takes a little long to get to the point, witnessing the lovely Beatrice Grano as Daniela is worth it. Vigalondo makes some interesting decisions in the way he captures grief and the inability to let go. And though everything didn't work for me, there's a good message in the film about the importance of self-reflection as we take that next step towards finding happiness again after the loss of a loved one.